Good morning, good morning, good morning, people. Y'all know who it is. Y'all know the voice. Y'all know the sound. James Wilbur Williams, DJ exclusive, is in La Casa. Good morning, everybody. Hope you're having a good Friday. Happy Friday. Excuse me to you, by the way. Yes, we are coming to you live on a Friday morning, man. Hey, how y'all doing? Good to see everybody. Make sure that y'all stay tuned, like it or not, with the Queen. Starting up momentarily. Good morning, everybody. Shout out to everybody in the chat room already. Good morning, y'all. Kareem Ransom, good morning. Roller Dragon, Snack Panther, Hollywood. What's going on, Hollywood? Hey, Dragon, Demarius McCoy, good morning. Lily, good morning to you. T Tweety, Nat A, good morning. Tiger's in the building. What's going on, Tiger? Iris Jones, Project Redfoot, good morning. Nat A, what's going on, Nat? Good morning to you. Blake Ryman Zato, what's going on, Cam? Good morning to you. Leather Hack, always good to see you, Leather Hack. Good morning to you. Jason Goodcraft, good morning. Tyler Hackner, good morning, y'all. Shout out to everybody that is tuning in this morning, wherever you are streaming from. We appreciate you greatly. T Tweety, good morning. Fit Insomniac, what's going on? Good morning to you. Shay Dragon, good morning. Quick Wolf, good morning. Or should I say good afternoon from Northern England. Nice. Good morning to you. This is called Hot Damn by Try So Hard. I can't remember, but I remember it was a good song, so I'm gonna have to see if I can find that. Letter Heck, I'm just now noticing the time change on the time lapse on your video here, man. That is dope as hell. Letter Heck, shout out to you. You always do some damn great work, and we greatly appreciate you. Which is one thing I have to tell you, though. I have to ask you something, should I say. How many times do you have to tickle an octopus to make it laugh? How many times do you have to tickle an octopus to make it laugh? 10 tickles. Of course, it only has 8 of those, so the first 2 were testicles.
The sky turns gray against a fiery display of red and golden hues, like the day I fell for you. So what
Jonah, good morning to you. Project Redfoot, what's going on?
I'm waiting here for you. Won't you answer my call?
So Bob, good morning to you.
Get cozy with me. We'll dive into a reverie.
Priscilla, good morning, Priscilla.
We'll sail across an ocean of
J. Rhoda Man, good morning.
The wind, it chills you right to the bone. And soon we'll say hello to evening snow. So what will you do when the air gets cold? Won't you quicken your steps and hurry on home? Don't you wanna get cozy with me? We'll dive into a reverie. Dun, 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 dun. Winter makes me sad, but with you to hold and have, as the days they get shorter.
This one is called Cozy, y'all. Cozy by Cozy.
Closer. Don't you wanna get cozy with me?
Come on now.
We'll dive into a reverie, yeah. Oh, don't you wanna get cozy? We'll sail across an ocean of sheets. Da, 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 da. Don't you wanna get cozy?
Ray Olympia, yes, that's right. Friday stream
with me.
Have you ever fallen out of love? We hide and play dumb or change the station to push turns into shove. We get so clever.
The music on point this one. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Everyone knows our hearts in their holes. There's water in the boat. Bittersweet words dancing in my mouth, but I can't get them out. Truth is, I'm tired of lying to myself. I've been trying to figure out what went
Good morning, Mama. Love you, mean it. Yes, ma'am. We are on this morning.
Truth is, I'm tired of lying.
Laser Sword, good morning.
I've been trying. You ain't the one. Our time is up. I'm moving on. I'm moving on.
This one says, this is Truth Is by Lose Myself.
Circles and never bring it up. Just me and you, a table for two, but we're not saying much. Baby, almost can never be enough. Thirsty for more, the wine that you pour is poison in my cup. Bittersweet words dancing in my mouth, but I can't get them out. Truth is, I'm tired of lying to myself. I've been trying to figure out what went wrong, or was it wrong all along? Truth is, I'm tired of lying to myself. I've been trying. You ain't the one. Our time is up. I'm moving on. I'm moving on. Truth is, I'm tired of lying. Tired of lying. I've been trying. I've been trying. What went wrong, or was it wrong all along? Truth is, I'm tired of lying. Tired of lying. I've been trying. You ain't the one. I'm moving on. Truth is, I'm tired of lying to myself. I've been trying.
Mario Drake, good morning to you, Mario.
Or was it wrong all along? Truth is, I'm tired of lying to myself. I've been trying. You ain't the one.
Okay.
Our time is up. I'm moving on. Our time is up. I'm moving.
Mara Sharice, good morning to you, Mara. All right, y'all. I got another throwback jam for y'all to play. Since we missed Throwback Thursday yesterday. But before we get to that point, what do you call a French guy being mauled by a lion? What do you call a French guy being mauled by a lion? Claude.
Yeah.
Go back, y'all. We all know we miss it. I know I miss it like hell.
Get your coffee, your tea, your drink.
Here we go.
You need. It's time for Like It or Not, y'all. 9 a.m. to 10:30, yeah. Like It or Not is on your channel, yeah. Politics and culture is we change skin like we supposed to, yeah. Interviews and all the news, we get to choose what gets the views. Like It or Not with Queen Azor, it started now, so stick around. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not,
Black Panther.
It's coming through. You know she got a good story for you. Oh, Benjamin, that's my
Slick Dragon Daddy is in the building. He's getting ropes.
Is his show. He's a politics bro. DJ exclusive, y'all know who I am. I stay dropping them jams. Like it or not, it's going down.
Shout out brother Harrison in the chat. What's going on, Harrison?
Like it or not, y'all stick around. Oh, like it or not, it's starting now. Like it.
All right, here we go. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Dad, joke off. Here we go. It's okay if you have no idea what prefix means. It's not the end of the world. The salesman at the furniture store told me this sofa will seat 5 people without any problems. I said, where the hell am I going to find 5 people without any problems? I just quit my job at the Helium Factory. I won't be spoken to in that tone. How much does it cost to buy a large singing group? Acquire? Okay, fine. How much does it cost to acquire a large singing group? I was trying to figure out why the ball kept getting bigger and bigger. Then it hit me at the point. Okay. I was once, I missed it. I was once kidnapped by a bunch of moms. They did unspeakable things to me. Oh man, my inflatable house got a puncture yesterday. Now I'm living in a flat. Saw a man standing on one leg at an ATM, confused. I asked him what he was doing. He said, "Just checking my balance." With that cream, baby. What does a DJ call his son? What does a DJ call his son? Eric. Eric. Eric.
It's almost ready. We've been craving. It's all we got. You want it, I got it. I'm hooked on you like
oh man.
It's gotta be honest.
Okay, here we go. I've been taking Viagra for my sunburn. It doesn't cure it, but it keeps the sheets off my legs at night. With that cream, baby. I'm sorry, Nat. I'm sorry. What do you call a man who was finished digging? Doug. If honeybees make milk, what kind of bees? If honeybees make honey, what kind of bees make milk? Boobies. And that's sweet on me. What do you call a guy lying on your doorstep? Matt. Y'all know y'all love me, man. Boobies. There is no saving you. Rebecca can't save you now. Did you know that if you sneeze and fart at the same time, your body takes a screenshot? Oh man. Varian, good morning. Al Booger, good morning to you. Five ants rented an apartment with another 5 ants. 5 ants rented an apartment with another 5 ants. Now they're 10 ants. I taught a wolf to meditate. Now he's a werewolf. A werewolf.
Keep both eyes on the top. Nothing's gonna tell me to stop.
Henry King, good morning, Henry.
All I'm gonna feel is the heat burning underneath of my feet.
Oh man.
Tell me crazy, tell me lies. It won't stop me, watch me rise. No more anchors holding me down. All I need is more. One more hour, one more minute.
Nat A, don't throw sodium chloride at people. That's assault.
Every time I drink, I catch it. I know how to make it happen.
There is no help, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all. No one can save you. If money doesn't grow on trees, then why do banks have branches? Tell me that. I overdosed on Viagra the other day, and it was the hardest day of my life. If we was having a dad joke competition, I would definitely lose because I'd be laughing too damn much. Wait a minute. Man, for the next news that I got to share with y'all, man, I need y'all to clap for me, man. Put the clapping hands in the chat, the smiles, the flying heads, and all of that stuff, because congratulations to me. I just made my last mortgage payment. Woo! Yay! So I still owe $262,000, but I'm just not gonna pay them anymore. I ain't gonna pay that.
She's got a million things to do today, and you know she's gonna do it. There ain't no doubt. She's got a million problems on her plate, and you know she's gonna chew them.
Oh gosh. Oh man. Oh man. Shout out to Priscilla. Priscilla, that's my classic one. Did you know your pupils are the last part of your body to start working? They dilate.
So don't despair. She's got what you want. She's got what you need. You know she's got it. So boy, don't you cry.
Nat, you better not be smoking in them people's hospital.
Just come to mama.
Oh man.
Just come to mama.
But Britt, they better hurry their ass up. I'm Laura, good morning to you, Laura.
She's gonna make it alright. She doesn't always feel like she's a queen, but you better not forget it. So bend the knee, and if you wanna be a knight, you better prove your loyalty. You better listen to me. She's got what you want. She's got what you need.
Good, Nat. Good. All right.
So boy, don't you cry.
Shade said a man started coughing. I asked him what's wrong. Isn't that air you're breathing? He said apparently it's not. What did Yoda say when he saw himself on TV? HDMI.
It's running on a line. Yeah, I know she's stressed, but I gotta say that makes it even more stressful. Cause she chuckles at all and doesn't loving me. And on top of that, she's loving me. Her eyes, her lips are my desire. She sways her hips and I'm on fire.
Tiger says, what was the Energizer Bunny arrested for? Battery!
Just come to mama. She'll take care of all your drama. Baby boy, just come to mama. Just come to mama.
I freaking hate y'all, man. I really freaking hate y'all. Mary C, welcome. Okay. How do you make the number one disappear? Just add a G and it's gone.
I miss that sexy smile. Looking for to see.
Man.
I hope I will lose control. Love you every night.
Priscilla is my best friend, y'all. She says anyone looking to buy a used DeLorean, good shape, good mileage, only driven from time to time. Six Dragon Daddy, exactly. All damn November. The hell y'all talking about? Oh man. Nana, good morning to you, Nana. Oh man. Woo.
Love you every night, but checking in time, just us loving you all night long.
I bought my nickels from a dime that goes by the name of Penny. Project Redfoot, go away. Oh man. Oh man.
Come close to me. I'm obsessed with your different kind of style. Don't you ever leave, step by my side. On my head, cause I don't have much time. I wanna hug you forever.
Oh, here we go. Nana, thank you. I appreciate it. Now we got Snack Panther telling jokes. Snack said, why is COVID a bad criminal? It's because it's easy to catch. I guess so. Right, David. Y'all better get it. Rebecca ass in here. So, I haven't sold a single copy of my autobiography. It's a story of my life. am I lying? Okay. There's a fish and chip shop near where I live called the Salt and Battery. I hate y'all. Women shouldn't have kids after 36. No, really, 36 is a lot of kids to raise. All right, y'all. After 5 hours, the queen is in the building, so y'all know what time it is, man. So we won't delay anymore. Let's get this thing going down. Like it or not, it's about to go down. I got to make sure I adjust the tempo, and boom. There we go.
Hey, man. Yeah.
Good morning, everybody.
Summertime, right? Let's get it like it or not. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Yeah. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. It's going. It's going. It's going down.
Rebecca Zora's in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, a real life ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin, yeah, that's my man. She's always coming up with the master plan. Politics, dreaming, trying to find the meaning of life. While the feds keeps us in stride.
I am your DJ exclusive. Y'all know who I am. I stay dropping them jams.
Good hope, dad jokes, culture, it's politics. What's here right now is the culmination of all of this. I started out with the mic in my hand, and I ended up with the plethora of fans. I love bringing joy to the people. It makes me feel great, makes me feel regal. I do what I do for you. Tuesday to Thursday, you know how we do. Let's go. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, it's going down. Like it or not, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going, it's going down.
Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. Like it or not, it's going. It's going. Hey man, let's start this damn show.
Like It or Not with Benjamin Dixon starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Let me let this light do what it needs to do right up in there. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, Bubba? How are you doing this morning?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. Just kind of a bit tired, just a bit. But I'm here this morning. Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth and not,
not care who doesn't like it. See?
I'm off a little bit. I'm a little bit off this morning, but I'm here with you guys. You know, I don't really get up on Friday's not really our day, but we are here this morning for you guys, especially since we didn't have a show yesterday for you guys. But we are here this morning on this Friday, and I hope everybody is feeling really good. It is not Friday Junior, but Friday has arrived, and that means that you have made it through most of the week. All you got to do is get through today, and you be at the weekend. Ain't that right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your weekend plans?
Not the camera went out.
Not the
Damn, you just came out.
Continue as Fridays.
Just probably chilling in the house. Don't have nothing to do this weekend to go see mom and daddy. Yeah, that's about it. What are you there? Becca, can you hear me? Do you want to build?
I can hear you. I am here, and I do apologize because my camera battery did die earlier than usual because I did not have it in the charger, just like it was the beginning of Like It or Not during the pandemic. Never had the batteries in the charger. Camera was dying every 45 minutes.
And you remember being as I always say, you ain't got your camera plugged up, man. We got them plugged up. It don't work like that.
The cord was not this long, and then we found out that it didn't even work that way, where you can plug up the camera and utilize it at the same time and charge it while you were using it. Not these cameras, my boy. These cameras. But anyway, we have a lot to get to today. To definitely definitely unravel with a few different stories. I hope that when everybody who is watching right now, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Again, you like, share, and subscribe because not a lot of people know that we are on today, this Friday show, Out of the Norm, but we're here with you. So make sure like, share, subscribe, send it to your grandma's grandma, sisters, brothers, cousin, side dude, side chick, side they. You don't care. Just send it to everybody. Okay? Everybody.
We're trying to make me spit my
we're
coffee out.
non-denominational over here. We're very I was just saying this morning. We're very fluid in our audience over here. We do not discriminate in audience-wise over here. Look, audience-wise, because I may say some things that press some buttons with the white folks, but because I'm rooting for everything black on this side of town. However, we don't discriminate against our audience members.
Hey, you right there. That's the dog. Just go.
No, what you got in your, what kind of drink you got in your cup? Anywho, we got a lot of news, and we'll go ahead and we'll start that before I get myself a little bit in trouble. Let's start with this story, which has gotten out of hand. Yesterday night, the leaders of the world were leading in the world. And unfortunately, our leaders of the world are not people that we should be hype about. We should be impressed with. Okay. New leader of the world. I'll say of the world because Twitter is the world. New leader of the world, Elon Musk. Elon Musk will be laying off Twitter employees today, which is Friday morning, according to a memo sent to staff. The memo was sent to staff yesterday, child. The email being sent yesterday evening notified employees that they will receive a notice by 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on today. That's just in like literally 2 hours.
Right.
And it's going to inform them of their employment status. Okay. A copy of the email obtained by CNN said, quote, if your employment is not impacted, you will receive a notification via your Twitter email. It continued to say, if your employment is impacted, you will receive a notification with next steps via your personal email. The email added that to help ensure the safety of employees in Twitter's systems, the company's offices will be temporarily closed and all badges accesses will be suspended. The email concluded acknowledging that it will be an incredibly challenging experience to go through for the workforce. My God. The memo comes after news reports that Musk had planned to lay off up to half of the company staff after acquiring it last week. Week for $44 billion. Last week when folks were sitting up in the office not knowing what their fate was, but they weren't really worried about it. I don't think people were sitting in the office thinking that they were going to be laid off the following week by Friday in an email they received on Thursday night. My goodness, today. Musk started his tenure at Twitter by firing CEO Parag Agrawal and two other executives, according to two people familiar with the decision. And in less than a week since Musk acquired the company, its C-suite appears to have almost entirely cleared out through a mix of firings and resignations. Musk has also dissolved Twitter's former board of directors.
Child.
I wanted to read this tweet. Before I get to the tweet, let's get to the serious part. I feel bad for the people who have been laid off. We're already going through a time where, man, we thought a lot of changes were happening, and then a lot of layoffs started happening, especially when the pandemic started to end. All those jobs that people were filling in for, people started to get fired for, right? Why? Because those people were starting to come back to work. Remember at the beginning of the pandemic, Twitter announced that the people who stayed home during the pandemic were able to stay home indefinitely. They didn't have to come back to the job because they understood the impact that it would have on mental, physical, all kinds of things, the trauma that the pandemic came with. Now the new leader of Twitter, Elon Musk, has said, if you don't get your ass to work, you're fired. Not only if you don't get your behind to work, you're fired. I don't really like what the work space looks like right now. Y'all don't really work for real. So all of you guys with benefits and all that stuff, you need to work for it. I need this office to be more like, not like a democracy. I need to reign here. I need to reign supreme, and I need to put fear of God in you guys. Imperialism in the workplace. I need to do that. And so we see that happening. A lot of people resigned because they knew they did not want to attach themselves to a leader like Elon Musk. They didn't want to work. They didn't want that to be their boss. They didn't want that to be their CEO. They could not fathom working with the ops. Some other people decided to stay because, my goodness, if I were to leave today, I don't know what my life would look like as far as when it comes to bills, as far as when it comes to healthcare, as far when it comes to living paycheck to paycheck. I may not have saved enough. My life depends on this job, right? Elon Musk said, I don't give a damn. He woke up on a Thursday, sent out the email on a Thursday evening, and told them, your fate lies. He did like Tyra. Only one of you guys will be moving forward after this challenge. The photo that I have before me only has one name on it. The other person will have to go home.
Damn, I was looking for a piece of paper.
Ain't no piece of paper. Look, the other person will have to go home. Elon Musk did that to them and did not give them any time. Look, I'm sorry, Bubba, but your time here has ended. Please pack your things and get out of the Twitter offices. And then on the side is the person who got the email, the personal email. Right. On the side is the person who got the personal email. They're praising God for Jesus while you're walking away having to hug people in shame. And the walk of shame you got to do back to your vehicle, packing up your little cubicle, not knowing what your life is going to look like. Elon Musk is responsible for people's lives possibly going to shambles. He's going to be responsible for a huge amount of people having to go to the workforce and find a job. People applying for unemployment. We know what that looks like. We know the turnaround time for that. We know that it's not the best. People are being cut. It reminds me of how Netflix decided to just cut that new department that they made, the diversity and inclusion department, remember? That new department that they made with Black voices and things like that, how they decided to just cut them. You know why? Because the story of George Floyd and Breonna Taylor wasn't as popping anymore. So creating the room with more Black executives and more Black voices at the top of the table was not necessary anymore. So they cut that literal whole group of people. And then what they do? Boost your subscription service in 1999. I tied this back to Twitter because this hierarchy, this drive to be such a dictator under the guise of helping and moving the company forward, it's giving me small penis energy. Where how there's another word for that. It is and I forget what is small man syndrome or something like that. And that's what he gives me. Somebody who wants to be a dictator so bad. He wasn't accepted in his time when he was making his commentary online. He didn't like the way that he got pushbacks. We cried about it. He made a tantrum about it. He went to go buy Twitter because he didn't like the way that people were pushing back on him and his commentary. Rich people can abuse other people. They can use their money to throw it around and do things like buy a whole company that actually has worldwide impact, buy the company and make changes that he feels are only beneficial when they're only beneficial for him and his rich friends. They're only beneficial for him and people with a like mind. Putting so much effort and so much on a blue check mark when we have moved away from how we used to view blue check marks. I don't give a damn if you got a blue check mark. You still might get 5 likes the same way I do some days.
Hello.
Some days I may get 1,000 likes and I'm looking at the person with a blue check mark nobody even gives a damn about. We've literally learned that having a blue check mark don't make you nothing. Now he's requiring that if you have a blue check mark, you need to pay a subscription service for it. I'm going to tell you how big you are and how important you are in this space. And it honestly, let's capitalize on it. No longer do you need to just verify who you are as a public figure. No longer do you just need to have the followers as a public figure. How about you got 10 followers? I'll give you a blue check mark. And all you got to do is pay an $8 subscription for it. It's all a part of it's I don't know if I can continue to sit by and watch. But what do you say, Bubba? Is Twitter a space, even under the leadership of Elon Musk? Is Twitter a space that you believe that you'll stay in under the leadership of Elon Musk?
You want to be honest, Rebecca?
Yeah.
Only because it got good porn on there. That's the only reason why.
Oh my God. I wasn't ready for that type of honesty. Sorry, parents.
I mean, but hell, at the end of the day, I really think that's going to end up going away soon as well, too. It's going to go through that Tumblr phase for those who remember Tumblr. But, you know, I mean, it's a good platform for news. That's where I get a lot of trending updates from.
I thought you said
news. News. No, news.
Okay.
But it I don't know, man. I honestly don't think myself staying there, especially once the changes start coming down. I probably don't see myself staying on the platform.
Okay.
And I mean, because granted, now my like it or not one, the one I use for my DJ and stuff, it has a good deal of followers on it, and it's made possible by our viewers and everything. So I appreciate y'all. But yeah, Instagram is fine. I don't do Facebook either. So Instagram, y'all know where to find me at. Other than that, I don't see it. He's doing too much, entirely too much. And like you said, he's trying to come through with big D energy and it's giving Lil D.
Yeah.
Lil D. That's going to be his name from now on, Lil D.
Short man syndrome.
Short man syndrome.
He's done plastic surgery to try to fit in. He's changed nothing is enough for a man who is a billionaire, who the whole world is driving his vehicles. Well, the whole nation in America drives his vehicles and associates that with their level of success in their life. If I drive a Tesla, I'm so amazing. But the owner of the Tesla is a dictator, right? The one that created the Tesla is a dictator. He's a billionaire. He's come from a rich family. He's always known to be rich. There's no other issue to him than how people talk to him on Twitter. He didn't like that. I don't like the way people talk to me on Twitter, so I'm going to buy it. This is the world that we live in where people could just abuse. You can become abused in your environment as a person where you thought there was a free space for you to have free speech. Now there is no free speech for you, but there's free speech for rich people. Their voices will be the ones that are heard the most.
Right.
In this particular time. But I do think that I don't know. I know Olay did say something in her conversation on Twitter. It was along the lines of, you know, we can't allow ourselves to be pushed out from this platform. We still got to fight somewhere. Yes. We still got to be able to not put in any, don't give up. Some people, it may be too much for them. And I totally understand that. And some people, it may be, and yep, you're right. He didn't even make Tesla. He bought it too.
It wasn't
even his idea. You're right. Yes, you're right. Just like how a lot of the owners of these social media platforms, like, Facebook, it wasn't really Zuckerberg's creation. You stole that.
You stole that. Straight up stole that.
That's what whites do. See, I told you I'm on one today. But no, I think that people who should stay on that space are allies, people who have who are conversation starters, people who can actually make an impact with their blue check marks in the moment where many other people's voices are being silenced. Followers are being taken away from people every single day. Followers are being dropped from people. Other than that, we'll just see how we roll. I want to play this video because, and I have a conversation to start with this video. We'll bring Ben in on that one. Benjamin P. Dixon is in the house, but David, could you roll this video of what it looks like allegedly? And this is satire, but I want you guys to take a look at what they said, how people were fired and how they were leaving the Twitter offices the other day. Let's take a look.
Individuals right here should be inducted into the Troll Hall of Fame tomorrow. Yesterday, Elon Musk bought Twitter, and because of the news, a bunch of reporters waited outside Twitter HQ today. Anticipating layoffs from Elon Musk's arrival, the reporters talked to individuals such as these two men. Here's a tweet from Deirdre Bosa. It's happening. Entire team of data engineers let go. These are two of them. Without checking if they were actual employees, Deirdre Bosa tweeted, "They are visibly shaken. Daniel tells us he owns a Tesla and doesn't know I was going to make payments." After people on Twitter did some digging, they realized this was an elaborate troll. The individual with the long hair in the Michelle Obama book told the press that his name was Raul Ligma, and his friend was last named Daniel Johnson. So those two last names were Ligma and Johnson. I'm sure you can do the math there. Here's what Daniel had to say.
See, listen, I got to touch base with my husband and wife. I got to get out of here, all right? Thank you, guys. What's your name? Sorry, Daniel. Thank you. Your last name?
I am praying for these two individuals, including this man's family, his husband and wife. The only question left, was Elon behind this?
Right. So I'll say two things before we get Ben on. This was hilarious, right? But at the same time, I don't like right now how Twitter is doing this. I'll tell you why. Because they were doing this before the layoffs, right? So if you can go on to Twitter and people are discussing Twitter layoffs. It was funny at first, like somebody was saying, Twitter has just laid me off. I'm the one that's been sitting on the blue check marks that haven't been accepted. I'm the one that has rejected the option to have a thumbs down button. I'm the one that has pushed, Twitter has laid me off. So people were doing that, and people were actually believing people were getting laid off like that.
Right.
It was funny in the moment, but now when Twitter layoffs are actually happening, you guys, when those people are coming to Twitter to talk about, hey, I'm somebody who has been laid off from Twitter looking for a job, we're not going to be able to differentiate the two. So it's funny, but this is actually somebody's truth. And you know what happens. We go to social media to let people know, I've been laid off. Do you have any work? Does anybody know if there's any work? We got to be able to differentiate the two. So stop laughing at these folks and stop going out into the street in front of Twitter and actually making these things a thing. It was funny, but y'all, right now, these are actual people's lives in this particular moment. This is people's lives, and we got to differentiate who needs help and who don't. Because I really thought that those are people. And there were journalists who went to interview these people. They went to Twitter and started saying, here are people getting fired. And they were utilizing their quotes. They were utilizing their quotes for social media. Benjamin P. Dixon, are you in the house? Ben, are you in the house?
Can you hear me okay? I'm in the house. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, we can hear you.
Well, hang on. Maybe, I probably should have turned my rotation a different way. I don't know why I always do that, but listen, I'll keep it this way for now.
Exactly the same.
Listen, I'm laughing at what happened at Twitter. It's real easy to get journalists if you know what you're doing. And so that's really messed up for those journalists. But oh well, you gotta know, you gotta vet your sources.
So what am I missing here when he said Ligma and Johnson? What am I missing here?
I am not going to engage in that one. Just say it pretty fast, and I think you'll get it. Say them.
Ligma Johnson. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
I'm lost.
You don't have it yet either.
You guys are children in the social media space. You guys are just children, okay? What in God's name?
I came on to talk about some pretty serious stuff here. I've got some pretty serious breaking news, and you guys got me out of here.
I know. I understand, and I apologize. But Ben, you just helped me break down some things I didn't understand.
Me too.
I did not know what I said. What is he talking about? Focus on Ligma Johnson.
Thank you, Rebecca.
I'm sorry. I'm done with it. But listen, To the people who have lost their jobs at Twitter, I pray that God blesses you with something bigger and better.
Yeah.
If you were not the one that got the personal email, know that you weren't supposed to be there any longer. And because you didn't want to move, the Lord moved you, and you may get something bigger and better right now. Don't even worry about it. Don't be pressed on it. We're gonna pray for you to get to something better. Now, Ben.
Yes, ma'am.
Before we start with the heavy news, how you doing today? What we got? Like, what's going on? How you feeling?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great place to start, Rebecca, because it's a lot out here. I'm in Mississippi again. I total have been here for about 3 weeks, primarily covering the story of Jaheim McMillan. I want to thank you guys for continuously bringing coverage to that. I'm covering it, but I'm also doing what I can to help this boy get justice. So, full transparency. I think everybody understands. I operate as a journalist, but I also operate as an activist. And in this case, I've even had to operate in the role of a minister, because of recent events at a local church. The city had a unity rally at a local church, but did not immediately invite the mother of the victim of Jaheim, the mother that you see on the screen. I'm not sure how you have a unity rally for healing and not invite the mother. But the mother, we all got notified of this maybe 5 minutes before it started. So I went as a journalist, and the mother arrived. But it was so difficult for the mother to sit through this unity meeting as the politicians were talking about trash pickup.
Wow.
As the politicians were talking about, praying for the police department. Politicians talking about praying for the investigators. And so the mother left in tears, like grieving and mourning, because she had just buried her son. Now we're at the stage of this investigation where I can confidently say, based on speaking with eyewitnesses who all give the exact same account, that Jaheim McMillan was shot with his hands up, with a wrongful killing. Point blank was the exact words used by an eyewitness. And so I have no problem with standing behind that. But what's difficult here, James and Rebecca, is the fact that we don't have the body cam footage. And without the body cam footage, we are really at an impasse where these police officers could still get away with this. And this is the type of burden that the mother had at that meeting. So if you ask me how I'm doing fine, but having to step in, I was able to speak at the church because I am a licensed minister, and I was able to pull over the pastor. And the mother asked me, because I've been here so long, she asked me to speak. And so I had a chance to speak with the whole congregation as well as the politicians. And I let them know very straightforwardly, justice, if you want unity, give this family justice. We're going to pray for these police officers. I'm praying that they stop killing Black people. We're going to pray for the investigation, sure, but let's pray that it doesn't take a long time, and let's get justice expeditiously. So, it's a lot going on here, but that's the main reason I'm here. I'm also here. There's another story that I could tell you about, but I want to pause there and let you guys jump in.
Okay, so and again, thank you so much, Ben, for being literally hands on the ground on the street. And I heard you say a couple of things. You said that you operate as a journalist who is also an activist who had to operate as a minister. Those three things are all the part of the essence of who you are. They help create who you are. They're what you are made up of. So it's not that you're having to operate in different people. You actually are a Gemini. So you are all 90 of those people. But seriously, though, you really that's who you are, and that's what's needed in this moment. Imagine somebody, like you said, going to a rally or whatever that was supposed to be, that was actually supposed to uplift the community and touch on that you guys just found out 5 minutes before, and they weren't relatable. Their hearts were not really genuine. They actually did that to cover up and to help push narratives and speaking points and for the police department, instead of actually channeling a person in their community who is dealing with a murder of their child and finding justice for them. Ben. So that's why you are necessary in this moment, because those people are acting not under the guise of trying to help, but under the guise of trying to help, but not actually doing that. They're moving forward so that we can get over what happened and not talk about it anymore. But you're out there for a very different reason, and that's to keep Jaheim McMillan's name rotating in the news cycle and to get as much knowledge as we can, because we don't know where is the footage, what's going on, and what's another story that you're covering over there? You said there was some more that
So
you
here's
wanted to
here's the other story that I'm covering. Now this one is just breaking news, and it's actually I haven't released it in full. I'm still waiting on comment from the Mississippi Police Department. We've obtained audio, not footage, but just audio of a local police chief here in Mississippi threatening threatening the life of a Black Lives Matter protester. He calls the protester name by name. And he identifies them and says things along the lines of, and we're going to put it out. We're just waiting for comment back from the police department. But based on the audio that was released to me from a source who very close to the police department, this audio shows that Black Lives Matter protesters have been targeted by Mississippi police chiefs. We're working on that, and I just want to give a little preview to our show. Because you guys have been the ones that have made this possible. It's important because we know these things, but to actually hear the audio of a police chief identifying and saying that he wants to F up this protester, especially when this protester is leading the charge. Like, I'm here as a journalist. This protester is leading the charge in Gulfport, Mississippi for Jaheim McMillan. So this story is really reaching across the state. There's multiple cities that are involved now. A local police chief has been apparently caught on audio threatening the life of a Black Lives Matter protester. That carries a whole lot of weight in the state of Mississippi when you consider the number of cases of Black men who have been killed by the police department. It's not something that can be taken lightly. And so I am waiting. I have directly approached the police department and being very straightforward with them, because we want to dot every I and cross every T. We're waiting to hear back from them to get their statement, and we're going to release the audio later on today.
All right. We have a little clip of the audio. Did you want to go ahead and run?
Yes. So you can hear this audio. Again, this is audio that was provided to me by a reliable source that I spoke to directly, very close to the police department, but that is all I can say to protect the source. And they have informed me that this is the voice of Police Chief of Brookhaven, Mississippi, by the name of Kenneth Collins. He is going to identify on the last half of the video, it's a minute long, on the last half of the audio, he is going to identify a Black Lives Matter protester by name. That name is Marquel Bridges, and he is the lead organizer fighting for justice for Jaheim McMillan. Let's take a listen in.
Let's take a look.
I said, we hold your head. I said, justice will be served. What they did to you was wrong. And I said, you remind me of myself. And I dropped it like no. Them motherfuckers were shot. I heard them talk shit. I sit there and watch them all day. They bring up every piece of dirt they got on us. They brought us out of the house for us out. They had it up there speaking. Any fucking body that got a problem with the police department, they had them up there. Okay? So when I got ready to leave, the barber ran up on me, and I said when I walked out, I didn't come there, the pocket. I had my overalls on, I never still carry guns. I brought guys with me. So when I got ready to leave, them motherfuckers surrounded me, it's Potato Bridges, the motherfucker on Facebook, talking all about this shit. And that's when I stopped to look at that. He's the big son of the red line. I thought about fucking him up red team. I just stopped to look at it.
All right, so that's the end of the video. Wow. It's if you can compensate for the deep Southern accent, you can hear him clearly say the organizer's name, Marquel Bridges. He is the point person.
Yeah,
he is the point person. So that name rings bells all across this state. He's a top organizer in the state, being identified by a police chief, and the police chief clearly saying that he thought about fucking him up right there. Now we're working on a transcript to help everyone who may not have been able to understand because of the language. But we are also waiting on confirmation from, or actually comment. We're not waiting for confirmation. We're waiting on comment from the police department because the source that provided it to us is a reliable source.
Okay, Ben, now your camera audio just went out. Yeah, I think you're muted, but I need you to one more time. Yeah, you're muted. Oh, if you can, I know that it was hard for a lot of us who can't hear you, but I know you're asking if we can. Come on in. Yeah, I can see you. We know exactly what you're saying. Get out and come back. All right. So when Ben gets back, for those of you who don't, who weren't able to listen in, that was the police department speaking to one of the activists and threatening the activist. And
I don't think he was talking to the activist. I think he was talking about him. Wasn't talking to him, but talking about him. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. I wanted Ben to clarify as well. But this is the police officers of Gulfport, actually. So this is the same officers that are have the blood on their hands of 15-year-old Jaheim McMillan, who they shot in front of a Family Dollar. This is that police department. Mississippi is known for their police department to act in a white supremacist way, in white supremacist manners, just against Black people. We've known from the beginning of time. So hearing this isn't shocking, but we need to put it out there because these are the things that are going on in Mississippi right now, and this is what's causing us not to get justice for way back in the day Emmett Till, and we're looking at Jaheim McMillan today. So if it was hard for you to understand, I get it. We're going to get it cleaned up. Ben just wanted to let you guys know that we do have the audio. And as he continues to develop the story and what's going on the ground, we will have that in a format with the captions and everything like that. Hopefully he gets back on the show, but just knowing what's going on there now, and that people are still having their pages shadow banned, mine included, when discussing Jaheim McMillan. I've watched as people with blue check marks or lots of followers on their page, when they're talking about other maybe issues or people, or may it be political, may it be them taking a picture of their food, them saying things that got nothing to do with nothing. So many people are somehow able to see that in the algorithm. But that same person within the same time frame posting about Jaheim McMillan getting close to nothing on their channels when they're discussing Jaheim McMillan, it's very, very telling, because they don't want us to actually have these conversations, continue these conversations, push for justice, ask for the video to be released, get answers to why we can't get the video released, actually supply love and courage, and support to his family, including his mom. They don't want us to do that. They don't want us to continue to push the story out, but it's our job to continue, even if it's 10 people, because out of the 10 people, it might be somebody super important or who has a bigger following who's able to actually get the story out until we make it move. People didn't hear about Breonna Taylor for months. For months after it happened. They wanted to quiet that situation, but you remember, we made sure that we kept it in the news cycle. And if it wasn't in the news cycle, we made sure that we kept it on our pages, because we had to make sure there was at least, we were having the conversation about what happened to Breonna Taylor, because she too deserved justice. And that's what we're going to do right now when it comes to Jaheim McMillan. Right now, we're not able to get Ben back in. We're still having some technical issues, but absolutely, Ben, we're very grateful for you coming on to update us. I hope that, we're able to get you back on next week. Everyone, please send your love and support out to Ben if you can while he's out there. It takes courage and bravery to literally go out there and challenge the police officers, especially with the history that Mississippi police officers hold in that state. It takes a certain kind of courage. Love you so much, Ben. Mean it. Thank you for all you're doing out there, and be safe out there, and forever and ever. I don't know about forever and ever. We're trying to keep it forever and ever, but this platform will be available to you. I mean, not only is it your network, but we will always have the platform of Like It or Not available to you to come and make sure you share your story when other people don't want you to share it. Okay. This is home. So justice for Jaheim McMillan, we will continue to cover that and give you guys updates as they do come to us. A few more stories we want to cover before we get out of here. I'll go ahead and take it. What do I want to take it? Let's see if we could take it to both. I'll take it to first. I'll take it to Sunny Hostin, and then we'll go ahead and go to Kyrie Irving. All right. Sunny Hostin calls out suburban women for voting GOP. Okay. We know Sunny Hostin. She's the co-host of ABC's daytime political talk show, The View. Okay. And she's arguing that it's nonsensical for suburban women to vote GOP in next week's midterm elections. Let's take a look.
But what's also surprising to me is the abortion issue. I read a poll just yesterday that white Republican suburban women are now going to vote Republican.
Why?
It's almost like roaches voting for Raid, right?
I think that's
they're voting.
No, it's insulting to the voter.
They're voting against their own self-interest. Do they want to live in Gilead?
Okay,
do we love it in the hands?
Do we love democracy or not? Because just saying that it's insulting to the voter. People make up decisions on what's right for their family, and the idea that you should have a say.
Okay, so. Hostin refused to back down, saying she was surprised to see polling indicating that women would vote against their own health care. Reproductive health and abortion rights have been one of the biggest issues Democrats are pushing ahead of next week's elections in the wake of the Supreme Court overturning Roe versus Wade in June. A recent Wall Street Journal poll found that suburban women, a key group of midterm voters, favor the GOP by 15 percentage points. 15%, baby. Now, Sunny, beautiful, beautiful Sunny. Sunny Hostin, who's married to a Haitian man. So she's part of the home team, part of the crib, not only as a black woman, but she got Haitian up. No, see, I wasn't going to say I was going to be crazy. Now, I say all that to say, Sunny on white people's television, Sunny Hostin, not roaches voting for Raid. Not roaches voting for Raid. Now here's what gets me.
Look at Whoopi's face.
Whoopi said, "Oh Lord."
Whoopi like.
Here's the thing. I agree with Sunny 100%. Basically, she's saying you are voting against your own interests, especially a lot of white women. They be the ones at the abortion clinics. Okay, they really do. Now, saying it out loud. And saying you're voting for something, okay, I'm voting for this. It's literally against your own interests. You're allowing the GOP and white male leaders to take control over your body. Your body. You are a woman. You should have the right to do whatever you want to do with your own body. Sunny was saying that, period. I got it. I get it. This is the View, baby. This is not the View from the 1990s. This is the View from the 2000s. And we're talking about 2022, specifically today. These women do not, as Olay says, mince words. They've been on here scrapping. Okay? They like to tussle, especially the black women on this table at the View. But what the people try to do on social media as they came for her, they said there's nothing but racism happening. When we think about roaches and people being called roaches, who usually is on the other end of that stick? It be black folks. Mm-hmm. Black folks are usually the one being called roaches. So her calling white folks roaches, ain't nothing racist about it to me. All she was trying to say is literally, you guys are voting against your own interests. She was not even calling them roaches. She was doing a parable, okay? She literally said, it's like voting for Raid. You a roach and you going right into the trap. You're
right
killing yourself. You're running. You are falling. You're falling off the cliff. You're killing yourself. Okay. This is not good for you, ladies. This is not good for us. Okay. Now, it was a good one, Lizzie. It was a great one. Now I will say the attack that people are doing against her, Sunny, is that they're saying she's such a racist person on this platform, and they're trying to bully her to either leave the View, because they're bullying ABC for her to leave the View, or to apologize to white GOP voters, white women GOP voters. And we've heard so many things on Fox News on their stupid roundtables where they said a lot of things, inclusive of a black woman who's sitting in the panel, against black voters, against minority voters, and against Democratic voters. We've heard it all. So if we can't sit on here and throw the same fire, drink the same Casamigos, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of moonshine, if we can't go toe to toe, then what are we here for? It's the View. Many times we've seen them hold Whoopi's feet to the fire, and I think that's why she looked at Sunny like, girl, you done seen me be suspended off this show about 550 times. And now you calling the white women roaches? That's what we're looking at. But I see no problem with it. But
she ain't gonna apologize. She's not gonna apologize, and I don't think they're gonna make her. Because it's a lot of shit that they say on that show that a lot of people should be apologizing for, but it don't never happen. They always go after Whoopi for what she said. Now, granted, Whoopi's probably was a little bit more serious than Sunny's, I think, but there's plenty of their ass that say a lot of shit that people need to apologize for. All that is just people on the internet looking for a soapbox to stand on. Y'all just shut the F up and move on. She ain't gonna apologize, and she should not. It's the truth. It's the whole ass truth. Because make it make sense. You a woman and you voting for these people that want to control your body.
Right.
Is that how you feel? You just gonna lay down and just do that? You just gonna be a baby making machine? You just is really the Handmaid's Tale. Okay. Yeah. You down for that? Okay, cool. That's your shit. That's your decision. Go ahead for it because you're a stupid ass heifer. Okay. Yeah, I called you a cow. And I'm not gonna apologize for it because you're stupid. Why you gonna let a man control your body? I'm not a woman and I don't feel it. I don't understand that.
I think it's more so. I think it's more
Thank
so.
You, agnostic sister.
Yeah, I think it's more so much more than for us women. We're looking at it like we should have rights to our bodies. But what they look at it as, I can't vote anything outside of Republican. Even if I don't agree with this particular issue, I will not be able to vote outside of Republican. I can't be able to identify with the rest of the world outside of conservative views, even if I don't agree with it, even if that means I'm giving my rights up. It's like what she's saying is, white conservative women, you don't have to vote for this particular thing. And you can still be conservative. You can still be a Republican. Don't vote against your best interest where your rights are being taken away from you. And we know that abortions don't just happen because of unwanted pregnancies, because you had a one-night stand. Abortions happen also to save your life. Abortions happen so that children don't go through trauma. Abortions happen because you don't have the financial ability to take care of your kid.
Yep.
There are so many different reasons for it. It doesn't mean that you go against God. She's saying something that I think white Republican women should definitely take heed on. And that's all that is.
Right.
That's all that is. Don't even get mad about it. That's all that is.
And it's funny that you said what you said, because literally, I really think that this political cycle is not about people voting on the issues that they're for or against. It's just basically voting that Republican, Democrat. You know, it doesn't matter if now constituents or a person that's running what their platform is or what they stand for or what they're against. None of that, all of that's out the window. I'm Democrat. I have no problem saying that. But if it's something that my views don't align with that person that's running, I'm not going to vote for that. You know. Agree. So I really think now is one of those things. People just vote for Democrat and Republican because it's some. I don't see who in the hell can vote for Herschel Walker. I'm sorry, just can't do it.
Yeah,
it doesn't have. It's not that because he. Yes, it is because of that he beats women and pays for abortions and all of that stuff. It's because he's not qualified. There's no qualifications there at all. You know, if I had to look at it straight political, What qualifications does he have? You didn't even finish college.
But that's just enough to be a Republican, to be somebody who gonna shuck and jive. We know that what's his name, Cameron. What's his name out there in Kentucky?
Child, F-boy.
Daniel Cameron, I think it is. Whatever, Cameron, the black young leader out there, political leader out there. He is one that they looked at, picked, had marry a white woman who was a daughter of the other political leader and call that a day, Daniel Cameron, and call that a day. And the fact that it doesn't matter. He's a Republican. They look at him as one of the good ones. I bet you conversations sitting at the table sound like, you're not like the others.
Yep. Oh my God, yes.
You don't look like you're not like the others. You're a good one. You know how your people are. You're not like them. Herschel Walker is that here. No qualifications, just someone that they know they can utilize and say that he's the leader, but be pushing him to do what they want him to do. Donald Trump, we saw that with him. But here, it doesn't really matter. Republicans don't care. And they don't care what you think about what they believe. They can wake up in the morning, someone that they didn't care for, but that serves, that they know they can make a puppet, and they know that can bring them big business. Here go Daniel Cameron right here. Oof. A good shame. A good shame. He's the AG. That's what he is.
He looked like he was in the house. You already know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He looked like he was in the house, not because of his skin color. That's because he chose to make some decisions to get him in the house.
Exactly.
You know, skin color automatically gets you in. Skin tone. But this one, he did some things. Yes, massa. I saw the slave. I saw him walking away, massa. He ran on the north, south, and west, sir.
What was Samuel Jackson's name in Django?
I forgot, but that's what he was. And
straight
there's
up and down.
many. What do they call those? Is that the Sambo? Is that the what do they call those kind of
is it Uncle Tom?
Uncle Tom's child. The other man is that too. What's his name? Charles, not Charles.
I know you talk about.
They can't stand him right now. That old man they throwing him under the bus every chance they get. Herschel Walker, you will be one of them as well. Herschel, you are not what the people really want to see. Okay, you think that you're OJ Simpson, and you're not. You're not. What happens in the Republican world, and people who follow strict conservative rulings, strict conservative ideals, strict conservative ways, those people, all they have to know is that you're Republican, and that's all. They don't care about anything else. Conservative ideals always move, and they function in white supremacy. Okay? They definitely do. Outside of my city right now, it's a hot time right now. You'll see people still holding up Trump signs. Where I'm from, in Palm Beach, you'll see toward closer because Donald Trump has his Mar-a-Lago area and he's in Palm Beach, you'll see people till this day, since January of 2020, you'll see people till this day on the bridge in their F-150s, okay? Throwing out a banner that says Trump won. Trump is the president. I wish that the other side would believe in BS as well. That was similar, like believe in their own BS as well.
Right.
Pushback. But it doesn't happen like that. I can be more left-leaning in my beliefs and the policies that I move towards, but there might be something on the right that I might agree with. Fight me on it. I know y'all like to tussle. I know y'all like to tussle in the comment section.
Right.
But there might be something that I agree with on the right. You got the right to vote for that. But the Republicans never want to make a move. They never want to make a move. They don't like voting a little purple. They don't like anything. If it goes against Republican, I ain't doing it. I ain't doing it. I ain't voting. I ain't doing nothing. I ain't doing not a damn thing.
Yes, Dr. Mac does have hotel reservations
at the Kunta.
The Kunta. La
The
Kunta Inn.
La Kunta Hotel. Daniel Cameron covered up for Breonna Taylor, David. He didn't do a thing for Breonna Taylor. He got married while people were protesting outside of his home.
Yep.
Daniel Cameron is, what is that man's name? That black old man who's part of the Republican Party. I think he's a reverend, and everybody, y'all hate him. Y'all talk about him on the show all the time.
Steven?
No.
Who are you talking about?
He is basically Uncle Ruckus right now in politics. What is it? You can't just be dropping stuff that we don't know. What that about?
I was just showing the Breonna Taylor situation with Cameron.
Okay, yes. Cameron ain't do no good for Breonna Taylor to this day. She has no justice right now as we
Exactly.
You're right, David. I'm sorry. I can't see
Clarence Thomas.
Clarence Thomas is
girl.
is exactly Daniel Cameron. If we look at Clarence Thomas, take a look at Daniel Cameron right now. And David, I need you to pull up Clarence Thompson. Okay, they are the two. They are from the same molecule. Atom, whatever, because back in the day, whatever they used to call them, they from that thing, the DNA, that thing, they from the same one. Okay, there's so many other people who are alive. Herschel Walker, he ain't got all the marbles, but he from it too. He from the same one. From the same one. These are people who will always go against the black movement forward because it benefits them to stand with white conservatives, their beliefs, their way of life, their policies. We've seen this. It pays to be on that side. You know why? Because we see other people like Candace Owens, who once moved and fought and wore the Black Lives Matter shirt. It pays for her to flip and go on the other side. We see Diamond and Silk, if that's their real name.
Forgot about them.
Two women who rock their hair 90s style, nails, which the whole look of it isn't conservative. But because they went viral with Donald Trump, there we go. Everybody ain't black. What they say, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Ben Carson, OJ Simpson. Oof, y'all,
ain't being dead. Oh, too soon.
That is so sad. My God. I don't.
But them beliefs, look where they got you.
Clarence Thomas. I think, wasn't it Clarence Thomas that died? No,
Clarence Thomas still alive.
It's the other one that died.
No, it's neither of them. It was the guy behind the pizza company. I forget his name now. He ran for president a couple times.
Yes. What's his name?
What's his name?
Ben Carson is not dead. Though.
Herman Cain.
Herman
goddamn Cain. Herman Cain need to be on there too.
Yes, I don't think Ben Carson is dead, sir. Ben Carson is definitely married. He used to be over there.
Ben Carson's alive.
He's alive.
Okay, because he was over the Urban Housing Authority or whatever it was. He was supposed to be over that, and he ain't do a good job with that.
Eric Adams need to be on there, even though he's a Democrat.
Eric Adams definitely needs to be on there. Don't say Eric Adams.
That's one of those, like, I would, as a Democrat, I wouldn't have not voted for that damn man. I don't see how.
Out of New York, but you didn't know who you were voting for because Eric Adams functioned under the guise of helping New York and being for the people. As soon as he got seated, what did we do? We ain't see him doing none of the things that he said he was running off of. All the policies that he was running off of. Eric Adams did nothing. He actually hurt the New York community more, benefited financially from the things that he was doing, partnered with people who did not have the same ideals that he actually ran off of, and actually moved forward their conservative ideals, hurting the New York community and the minorities there more. If you want to know more about Eric Adams and what he's doing in New York City, all you got to do is pop in on Olay's Twitter and you will see, because she can't stand that man. If she hears him, she starts to literally turn into mush. She cannot stand that man at all. She can't stand that man. We're at the end of the show. I wanted to touch on Kyrie. Maybe we can just get a few minutes in before we get out of here.
Let's cover it. Might as well. Yeah.
So let's discuss quickly. Kyrie. Give me one moment as I look for the documents. Yeah. All right. Kyrie Irving, basketball player. Kyrie Irving, who we've seen in the news for many a thing before this particular story. We've seen him in the news during the height of COVID-19 and him deciding that he did not want to be vaccinated because it was against his beliefs, and he believed in a few conspiracy theories, I'd say, when it came to the COVID-19 vaccine, and he did not play in a few games due to that. And a lot of people were upset because he was pushing rhetoric surrounding COVID-19 that was not entirely true or true at all. So Kyrie Irving, the Brooklyn Nets announced Thursday the suspension of Kyrie Irving days after he tweeted a link to a documentary that has been criticized as anti-Semitic and then defended his decision to do so. In a statement on Twitter, the team said they made repeated attempts to help Irving, quote, understand the harm and danger of his words and actions, which began with him publicizing a film containing deeply disturbing anti-Semitic hate, end quote. Irving was condemned last week by, among others, Nets owner Joe Tsai and the NBA for tweeting a link to the 2018 movie Hebrews to Negroes, Wake Up Black America, which is based on Ronald Dalton's book of the same name and has been blasted as being anti-Semitic by civil rights groups. The Nets said they were dismayed on Thursday when Irving, quote, refused to unequivocally say he has no anti-Semitic beliefs, nor acknowledge specific hateful material in the film during a media session. This was not the first time he had the opportunity, but failed to clarify, the team continued. Such failure to disavow anti-Semitism when given a clear opportunity to do so is deeply disturbing, is against the values of our organization, and constitutes conduct detrimental to the team. Accordingly, we are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets. We have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies a series of objective remedial measures that address the harmful impact of his conduct, and the suspension period served is no less than 5 games. Let's take a look at what Kyrie said when they asked him about his comments.
Damn it, Kyrie.
Do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs? Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle of questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from. I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Mara says Kyrie didn't watch that documentary. She said it's bad, y'all. Like, they quote Hitler in it from what she's saying as well, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he watched that documentary.
I agree.
He
saw the name, he saw the title.
Yeah.
It's one of those things when you actually see you see an excerpt of something floating around on the internet. The title of it was something that you agree with. You post it, you move it around. You don't know what inside of it may be hurtful. You didn't get a chance to say, I don't agree with the totality of this, but this portion I do agree with. Mm-hmm. You didn't do your they say you didn't do your research.
You didn't do your research.
How you spread the misinformation during COVID-19. Here we are. I love it. Be proud to be Black. Maybe your feelings and your understanding about anti-Semitism, you need help with, you need a conversation with people who want you to understand how your words are anti-Semitic. I want for sports period, how they move with Black folks. and black athletes because it's necessary to do this. But I want that to be applied to white athletes. Athletes have been known to physically abuse their partners, but white athletes, for some reason, aren't suspended or kicked out of the games nearly as much as the black ones. Athletes say, steal, kill, and destroy. White athletes given a pat on the back. Is it Brett Favre? Or the other one? Whoever, one of them white ones that's real popular. He stole money. He stole money.
They stole a whole goddamn game.
A minority community that needed it. Okay?
Hey, let's be honest. But I ain't gonna go there. Football game, y'all remember? No? Okay, cool.
Football game, what was it? We cut the camera cut you off. What was it?
Basically, if I'm not mistaken, they were playing with deflated footballs or something like that, some against regulations, and that year they won the Super Bowl. I ain't into football like that, I ain't in the sports ball like that, but yeah, I remember the Deflate Gate is what they call it. Thank you, Roland.
Okay. So many, I say all that to say, I want what's happening to Kyrie to happen across the board. The same way I'm saying this, the same way we shutting down Kanye for right reasons, right? But when the White Lives Matter shirt, we didn't have a collective around the world because we couldn't even collect with ourselves. So we didn't have a collective around the world. Jews united like Captain Planet. Earth, wind. They got together and got Kanye the hell up out of here.
God damn it, Rebecca.
So did.
You talking about like Captain Planet, girl.
It wasn't Brett Favre. See, I was real racist just now. I said Brett Favre and Tom Brady, and they don't look alike. They don't look alike though. But Tom Brady.
The hell they do. It's another one too. Tom Brady, Brett Favre, one of the Peyton Manning. There we go. All of them look like.
Yeah, but listen, Tom Brady is always saying, all these athletes are saying they retiring and they don't ever really for real retire. To steal money from a whole group of people. What was it, under the food stamps or whatever it was? Basically, for the underserved community, a program that was supposed to be meant for them during COVID-19. You were able to get that money and move on with your life, and also get it forgiven. You ain't had to pay $1 back for nothing. These underserved communities couldn't get these programs, the money for it, the funding for it, any assistance because of what you did.
Brett Favre was the Stiller. Tom Brady was the Deflategate.
Okay,
we good.
See,
okay.
White folks in sport,
be white folk.
White issues there, but then the conversation needs to be had with Kyrie Irving. He needs a talking to. He needs an understanding, and even if he doesn't change his viewpoint, there can be a way where it's not aggressive and how he's doing it, because you are somebody who has this platform, and to spew out this kind of stuff that may translate into hatred, we don't want it done to us. But also NBA, NFL, NHL, whatever other L's out there. Whatever other sport is out there, child. I need you guys to all function in the same manner. When it's done to one, it needs to be done to all. It should not be special privileges because of somebody's skin color. Yes, I said it. I see that when it also comes to other arenas in the world, but this is America and how they function all across the globe. If we don't unite in front of these people to protect our own and school our own and get our own together, you know who's going to do it? The white execs. But when it comes to other people doing that, they look the other way. Give a pat on the shoulder. Allow them to go sit down. Suspend them with pay.
Yeah.
That's where my problem lies. It really, really does.
And it's really, like, really and not saying what he said isn't problematic, because it is problematic. But it's and I wholeheartedly agree with you. It's one of those things where black people get more punishment versus their white counterparts do. Because you get some of them that get a pat on the back, say, hey, just don't do that anymore, and that's it. But you get some black people suspended for 5 games without pay, while this other person over here, they suspended, but they still getting paid for it. Let it be somebody black, they always taking our money, or they taking something else from us.
Okay, you right. You so right, and I love how you put that because this is what we need to understand. We shouldn't put them at the forefront of our issues, and we keep doing that. And we're utilizing their talking points. I don't know who that girl was that you did put up, David. I'm sorry, but her beauty captivated me just now.
Exactly.
I didn't even know what she was saying. I just thought she was a cutie. Karina Denise, how beautiful are you? This is my first time actually seeing you. So, but she said Black folks must hold Kanye accountable for his foolishness. Had we done so years ago, we wouldn't be here now. I agree with that. But I also, and you're right, Mara, as well. Mara, I seen that he did make an apology. He did put out an apology.
Kyrie, that is, yeah.
Kyrie, and it's probably with his PR team or however he did it. He did make his apology. He did do what he needed to do. They pressured him to have the apology, and actually it actually seemed like he knew that he hurt a community, and his conversation was like, you know what, my beliefs should not be hurting other people. I need to do better with how I digest, regurgitate, and how I give back to my thoughts to the community, especially with my platform. You got to be mindful of that. But I also want the white athletes to be pressured to be mindful of what they put on their platforms as well. They should have fear of having a conversation that may cancel them as well. Yes, We're at the end of the show. Love y'all. We're here. Thank you guys for rolling with us. I hope that you enjoyed this Friday show. This is your weekend show, and this is also a good time for you to go enjoy your weekend. If you're going to work, make sure you give yourself something nice. Like today is a good lunch day. Don't you go over there and open that container that you made yesterday from that food that's been sitting there for 2 days. You don't deserve that. Today you
don't know my
deserve
life.
to
Shut
eat
up.
good. Today you deserve to eat good. You go treat yourself to something better than sitting in the Chick-fil-A line and then going back to your parking lot at the job and sitting there and eating your food like that's real lunch. You go to a restaurant on your break and you have yourself a drink and you order something good and healthy and strong and fulfilling off that menu. Salmon, you know what I'm saying? Maybe a nice thigh meat.
How about Five Guys? Because they're expensive as hell, and that's one of them treat you things where you're gonna feel like going to sleep after, but
No, you go to that brick and mortar or that good. Don't you go to like no Olive Garden or anything. Go to that nice Mexican restaurant up the street that you've been dying to go to from the job. Go to Poppy's, the nice Cuban little restaurant over there. Sit down by the bar and act like you in a movie. I love to go out and desensitize myself from the office sometimes
and play pretend.
Oh my goodness. Yes. Let's play pretend. And I'll go sit at the bar and I'll be like, I was just talking to somebody that's like, oh, you the rich auntie. And I say, yes, I do function in that way. Whether or not my account looks that way, I function in that way. When I leave this house with my old Gucci and my old Louis Vuitton, because I haven't purchased anything new because I can't afford it right now. But when I leave the house with that baby, I walk in that. Don't play with me. Everybody at the job knows that I'm going to be walking around with my high heels on, knowing that my pinky toe is hurting, but I'm walking with my head held high. I'm not going to be walking up in that job with them baby doll flats that make me look like I'm just miserable with my life.
See, that's so glad I work from home, child. Gym shorts, flip flops, and a t-shirt, and ask me how I leave the house, just like that. Ghetto, be ratchet. Y'all better be glad I don't have a bonnet for my beard. I'll walk out in a beard bonnet too. Be feeling real comfortable.
Okay, that's crazy. Because listen, and it's funny because this week I told myself, Rebecca, just be like, I don't feel like putting a weave in my hair. I don't feel like doing nothing. So you're getting this natural hair. Yes, you guys, this is my natural hair, as you can see. And look how beautiful natural hair does. It actually look what it does. It defies gravity. So when I walk up into my office and they looking like, oh my God, is that your hair? It sure is. And the other hair before that, because I purchased it, it's mine too. That's how you walk into your office. You walk into your office, no matter what you got on, no matter what you looking like, you walk like you literally are $1 million. You know why? You walk like literally God said your name in that room. And they'll treat you as such. Anyways, I'm at the end of the show. Y'all know I could talk y'all to death. I love y'all so much. If you do like what you see and you enjoyed today's show, Friday's show, support us so that we can continue to be here for you guys. We got programs. I've been saying that a lot because I mean that. We got programs and subscriptions that we need to pay for. And with your help and assistance, we can continue to do that. DJ X3C and Becca's Voice on Cash App. DJ X3C and Becca's Voice on Cash App. Like it or not, patreon.com/like it or not. Please associate, give. We love you so much, mean it. And we'll see you on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Go vote. Bye.
That's right, y'all. Thank y'all so much again for tuning in on this Friday morning. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. We mean it. Your affirmation for today. I am climbing higher every day. Y'all gonna be great, man. Love on yourself, love on others. Y'all have an awesome weekend. We will see y'all on Tuesday. Go vote. Today is the last day for early voting. Final day for voting. Tuesday. Go vote, y'all. Let y'all mean it. Deuces.
And if I'm taking a shot, I don't miss. Who knew I would be at the top like this? And no one made my goals for me. But I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. Cause it's the path that God chose for me. So even if some doors close for me, I still won't let y'all close to me. So please step back where you're supposed to be. Put the game all on hold for me. And sit back, watch me roast the beat. It's in my genes, I'm better than them. And I know my flow too sick, I got the medicine. I'm way at the top, who could take my place? I went too hard, can't feel my face. Who the best in this thing? Tell them, yeah, that's me. Tell them who bring the fire, say, yeah, that's me. Who make it flip, make it bang, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who make the party feel alive, tell them, yeah, that's me. Whoa. Yeah, ooh, yeah, that's me. Who that chillin' at the top, tell them, yeah, that's me.